Hello everybody, and welcome to another Throne of Eldraine draft here on the channel. Before I dive in, I do want to remind you that if you enjoy this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really does help me out a ton, and I truly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel to join our community here on YouTube, and click that bell so you don't miss any future videos. And as always, if you do have any questions at all, be sure to leave those in the comment section down below, and I will be happy to answer them. If you would like to support the channel directly, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You get some pretty cool rewards, so check that out. It's in the description and in a pinned comment. But without further ado, let's dive into the draft. Okie doke. So opening off the pack. By the way, I did get some of these cool arts because they're pretty neat. But this rare is like pretty solid, but it's not like absurd. The thing is because both players are drawing a card, you kind of have to be like gaining an advantage from both players losing a life, and you have to be using the 2/2 Menace. It is also a gold card, which makes it significantly less flexible early on, so I don't think it's worth taking over something that's just really powerful, like a Slaying Fire. Slaying Fire is actually very good, because you can play it in like a deck where red isn't your main color, but if red is your main color, then it ends up being like very powerful, because 3 mana deal 4 to anything is really nice. You can burn out your opponent, you can burn any of their creatures. Grumgully is actually a card that I haven't gotten to play with yet, which is kind of insane, but it's very powerful if you can be red-green. I just don't think it's worth taking over powerful mono-colored cards early, because you just don't know where you're going to end up. In the common section, the only common worth considering over Slaying Fire is Reef Soul, but I think Slaying Fire is just a little bit better. Being able to kill, like, you can kill a lot of things with 3 damage, and like even more things with 4 damage, so I think Slaying Fire is just going to be the pick here. And then after that, I would probably take I would probably take Grumgully over Reef Soul, but I think that's a really close pick. Maybe I would just take the Reef Soul, and then Grumgully, and then Stormfist Crusader. I think Grumgully's a little bit better than the Crusader, but we're going to start things off with a Slaying Fire and see what happens. And now we can follow things up. Wow, this artwork on Reaper of Night is... I have no idea what's going on. I'm just really confused, but it's so good. The uncommons, the rare is missing, so we don't really get a big signal here. Mysterious Pathlighter can be quite good in the right deck if you have enough adventures going on, but it is by no means like an absurd card that you like have to take every time you see it. Mystical Dispute is not going to be a card that I really main deck, but it's a fine sideboard card against blue decks. Resolute Rider is pretty strong, but you have to be black-white or mono-white or mono-black, which our Slaying Fire doesn't really lend ourselves to, so I don't really want to take that here. Sorry. Okay, I almost coughed. I like wound up for a cough and then I didn't. Bake Into a Pie is also a pretty nice card. I think it's probably the pick here just because it's much less committing than something like Resolute Rider, and it's significantly better than Rimrock Knight. If say that this like was a Scorching Dragonfire, which is one of the best red commons, and this was like a Reef Soul, then I think the Scorching Dragonfire would definitely edge it out. But I think Bake Into a Pie is enough better than Rimrock Knight that it's just pretty clearly the pick here. It leaves me more flexible. I don't really want to take the Mysterious Pathlighter here, because green, like, I don't think that this card is great in every deck. I think this is more the type of card that once you have like 2 or 3 adventure creatures, then you take this card very highly. Okay, and now we see Fireborn Knight. This card can be really nice in a mono white deck or a mono red deck or a red white deck, which we have a red card, and it's a card that incentivizes heavy red. So that could be a direction we want to go. I think the much safer pick, of course, is just Searing Barrage, another card that wants us to be heavy red, but it doesn't like commit us to being mono red like Fireborn Knight does. The other cards in this pack, Flaxen Intruder is only really a card I'm happy to play if I have some Lucky Clovers. I think Lucky Clover is definitely like making 6 bear tokens is like actually a really good like big game. So I don't think you want it outside of that. And then I think Tournament Grounds is pretty much unplayable. You just don't have enough knights to make this worth it usually. Sure, there's fringe scenarios where it's okay, but usually you'll just want to run like a basic mountain or a basic plains or whatever like lands are in your deck. And yeah, definitely just going to take the Searing Barrage here. Next pick I probably would take Fireborn Knight because it is relatively high upside, but I think that Searing Barrage is just a very good card, especially if I'm heavy red. And now there's a Wishing Well, I think is probably the best common. There's also a Venerable Knight and a Rally for the Throne. So 2 white uncommons maybe means that white is open, and there was just a I think Fireborn Knight maybe, the red-white hybrid card. So maybe I'm supposed to move into a red-white deck. But there's also just a Witching Well, which is just a very strong common. I think it's the best card in this pack. It's also Runaway Together, but I think Witching Well is definitely the best common. But I think Venerable Knight definitely deserves some consideration. And I'm probably going to... I mean, the problem with taking Venerable Knight here is I don't really want a white 1-drop in a deck that's going to run Slaying Fire and Searing Barrage. But the problem is that also Witching Well is not a card that I would love to have in that type of deck either. I think Witching Well is the pick, though. I think Venerable Knight's going to fall by the wayside, because I'm going to want to run like a 10-7 mana base, and you can't consistently cast your Venerable Knights on turn 1 in that situation. Similar case, you're not going to get the life gain off of Rally for the Throne. Bloodhaze Wolverine is just not an exceptional card, so we're just going to take the Witching Well, see what happens. And now there's another Witching Well. There's also just a Brimstone Trebuchet. I really do like Brimstone Trebuchet. I also like Flutterfox quite a bit. It's looking like red-white might be open, but again, we're just going to take the Brimstone Trebuchet here. Stay flexible. I think Brimstone Trebuchet is actually incredibly important for the aggressive decks, because it's just really annoying. They have to use a removal spell on it, or they're going to die eventually, because the control decks don't finish the game all that fast in this format. It's not like they're playing like a 7-mana, like 7/7 flyer or anything like that, or 7-mana 5/5 flyer that just hits you. They just slowly grind you out, and Brimstone Trebuchet can get in a ton of damage. After this, I think I would take the Flutterfox, give myself more options. I don't need the second Witching Well all that highly, but Flutterfox is the type of card that's really good in this format. And now there are several white cards here, but I think I'm just going to take another Brimstone Trebuchet. The thing is even if white's open, I want to be heavy red, so white 2-drops go down in value, and also just taking the Brimstone Trebuchets leaves me very open to like playing blue or black, and because I do have strong cards in those colors, and I think Brimstone Trebuchet is a very good card. A late Merfolk Secret Keeper. We're just going to take the Sorcerer's Broom here 100%. Sorcerer's Broom is just a very low downside card. Like 2 mana 2/1 is not like insane, but the fact that if you have like a couple foods, this card can just go off. There was a Witch's Oven that we passed on for the Brimstone Trebuchet, because the Brimstone deck doesn't really, the aggressive red deck doesn't really want the Witch's Oven, but Witch's Oven plus Sorcerer's Broom is quite a combo, and you can usually end up with some food. There are some mill cards, but our deck is not leaning towards mill. You don't want Brimstone Trebuchets and Secret Keepers in the same deck, really, because they're just counter-intuitive to your plans. So Tiny's quite nice, but we're just going to take the Sorcerer's Broom, leave ourselves flexible here. Flexible. Wow, Silverflame Squire wheeled. Well, that's a nice little signal. Rosethorn Acolyte also came back, so we could play green-red. Green-red would actually be a solid spot, maybe, because that would maybe let us fuel our Sorcerer's Broom a little bit. But I think we've been seeing a lot of white, so let's just take the Silverflame Squire over the Rosethorn Acolyte, even though I think Rosethorn's a better card in a vacuum, because we have been seeing a lot of white. And now we get another Silverflame. We'll take the Ogre Errant, just because we want, I guess, red cards. I don't really think Runaway Together is what our deck is going to want to be doing. And just Knights with Brimstone is really a nice combo. We'll take Silverflame Ritual, I think, over Tournament Grounds. I guess we'll take Return to Nature, because you can actually kind of main deck that. We'll just take the Uncommon, because you want to take the Uncommons if you don't have a preference on Arena, because that'll build your collection better and fill your vault. Okay, so right now we have 2 white cards, and we were seeing strong white signals. We have 1 black card, but we did not see strong black signals. This was the second pick. Then we saw a late Witching Well and a couple late Runaway Togethers. Don't really have anything in the sideboard other than this Silverflame. And Silverflame's not even very good in our deck, because buffing up a Brimstone Trebuchet doesn't really do much for you. Okay, so this pick is actually really interesting, because we could just take like a Trapped in a Tower and like commit to playing a white deck. We could take Brazen Borrower and like lean towards maybe a blue-red deck, which wouldn't really maximize our Brimstone Trebuchets, because we wouldn't have any Knights. There's also Sage of the Falls, which is a very powerful card. And then there's a couple black cards. But I think Bake into a Pie plan is out. So I think we're choosing between blue and white. I think that Brazen Borrower is significantly better than Trapped in a Tower. And Sage of Falls is also significantly better than Trapped in a Tower. And I think I would miss those cards a great deal compared to a Trapped in a Tower, which I would miss. But I do have 2 removal spells already. I'm just finding it... I'm finding it hard to believe that we end up in a blue-red deck here. What with our... like, we have kind of an aggressively slanted deck. I guess we could have like a kind of aggressive blue-red deck. Brazen Borrower is relatively aggressive. We want to be a 10-7 mana base, and this is kind of hard to cast in that. Sage of the Falls is just a really good card. I think we want to take one of those over Trapped in a Tower. We're just going to take the Brazen Borrower. Ah, man, this is tricky. Sage of the Falls is so good, but I think Brazen Borrower is a little bit better. Maybe I just want to take the Sage because this card's kind of hard to cast in my deck. But 2/5 body is not as relevant as a 3/1 flyer, so let's just take the Brazen Borrower. See what ends up looking open. There's another Witching Well. There's a Reaper of Night. Not really. I mean, the Order of Midnight's the best black card, but we're not really looking to play black here. There's a Raging Redcap, which we don't really want. There's another Witching Well. There's a Vantress Paladin. I think we just take another Witching Well here. We can transition to more of a mid-range deck that just grinds them out with these chip damage sources. And now there's a 7 Dwarves we could speculate on. There's also a Youthful Knight we could speculate on. Like if we end up in white. But if we did end up in white, we don't really want white 2-drops as much. I think it's between 7 Dwarves and Youthful Knight. I'm not a huge fan of Tome Raider. I don't think we're going to be heavy blue enough for Vantress Paladin to be great. Then maybe we do just end up in a heavy blue deck, which could be a weird transition spot. But I think we'd rather take 7 Dwarves here, because it's still relatively early. We could see a couple more. And getting good 2-drops is important. Okay. There's a Red Cap. Doesn't really work well with my stuff that I have right now. Ferocity is like not super great, because it doesn't work with Brimstone Trebuchet. There's some good green cards, but I don't think we're going to be seeing green. I think we're just supposed to take Raging Redcap over Corridor Monitor. Redcap can have some decent synergies if we see Rimrock Knights. And now there's another Broom. Not really much else in this pack, so we'll just take the Broom and hope to see like a way to sacrifice things. Jousting Knight Dummy. Also another Vantress Paladin. We have seen a lot of Vantress Paladins. We don't need Thrill or Possibility. We already kind of have Witching Well for that role. We could still just transfer into a white deck again. I think we're just going to take Jousting Dummy because it's guaranteed to make our deck. And it's easy on the mana. Late Charmed Sleep. I think we just take the Charmed Sleep here. Over Bargain. Yeah, seems decent. Now there's a Golden Egg. Golden Egg can just be really helpful casting spells. It gives me a card that I can sacrifice with Sorcerer's Broom, so we're definitely just going to take that here. Fling plus Sorcerer's Broom combo. I mean, nothing else in this pack for us. We're not taking Foreboding Fruit. We're not in that color. Man, Fling plus Claim the Firstborn. Ultimate combo. I don't know how good that is, but I think we already have a Raging Redcap. We're not even like really happy with the first one, so let's just take the... I guess it is a Knight for our Trebuchets. And having 2 makes it better. Yeah, we're not going to play Claim the Firstborn. Late Vantress Paladin. Also a Tome Raider. I think Vantress Paladin is just better, so we'll take that. Though... if we do take... yeah, I think Vantress Paladin is better than Tome Raider. We're not going to want Tome Raider, because we're not playing all that many blue cards. And we could just play like a 9/9 mana base. Golden Egg also helps cast Vantress Paladin with a counter. Okay, oh man, happily ever after. Why couldn't we have seen this earlier? We could have built our entire game plan around winning the game. No, I'm just kidding. There's no way. Shepherd of the Flock. Oh, man, what gorgeous artwork. This is beautiful art. He's, like, carrying the sheep over his shoulders. What a legend. Absolute bro. Another Grumgully. We don't really have enough adventure stuff. We have, like, 1 adventure card. There's Queen of Ice. Oh, my gosh. These artworks are so good. In this pack, I'm leaning towards just taking a Merchant of the Veil. Looks like we're going to be red-blue. We don't really have Payoffs or Drawing to, but Merchant's just a very good card. I don't think we want Queen of Ice here. Embereth Paladin's okay with Brimstones, but not really good other than that. And we're not going to splash Grumgully. Let's just take the Merchant. Ooh, Robber of the Rich. That's a pretty solid card. It's not like insane because it's very conditional, so it's kind of like a 2-mana 2/2 reach haste that sometimes draws you a card, but you don't really need that much for a 2-drop to be solid. Unexplained Vision is also a nice like draw card, but I think Robber of the Rich is just a little bit better. Weaselcap Redcap is also pretty solid, but we just need some 2-drops, and this card's pretty solid, so let's just take it. Now there's a Spinning Wheel, there's a Scorching Dragonfire. We're just going to take the Dragonfire. We're a heavy red deck, we want that removal. And Spinning Wheel, even though it does help with our mana a little bit, I don't think we really want that really as much as just good removal. Ooh, nice. Payoff. We found a payoff for our deck. That's kind of neat. Definitely going to take that over Scorching Dragonfire. Once you know your red-blue, Lock Dragon's just a fantastic card. And we're going to be in good shape here in this draft. I think Scorching Dragonfire is nice, but Lock Dragon is just a little bit better for us. And now there's another Searing Barrage. We'll take as many Searing Barrages as we can get. We already have a Merchant of the Veil. I think Searing Barrage is just better. So we'll just take that. And now there's another Brimstone, or there's an Unexplained Vision. So the thing with Unexplained Vision is the fact that we already have 2 copies of Witching Well makes it a decent amount worse. So I think we're just going to take Brimstone Trebuchet, number 3. Unexplained Vision is a nice card, though. I actually have not played with Unexplained Vision yet. I think we're just going to take the Brimstone Trebuchet. We just want, like, nice little ping action going on. And now there is a Vantress Paladin. I think we're going to take the Vantress Paladin. It's good with our Brimstones. Brimstone. We must be close. There's also a Signpost Scarecrow, which can help us with our Adamant stuff if we really need it. But I think we're just going to get that Vantress Paladin. Number 2. And now we get a Signpost Scarecrow. That works out. There's another Fling to go with our Sorcerer's Brooms. I don't think we really want that, though. I guess we'll take it over like some of our other stuff. Some of our other junk. Nothing really noteworthy in these packs. Sorry. Will we play Mystic Sanctuary? That is the question. Let's add another island. Go up to a 9/9 mana base. We have a lot of ways to spend our mana. We have a Merchant of the Veil to get rid of lands. We're not going to play 7 Dwarves. I don't think we have Witching Well to combo with Sorcerer's Broom too for the late game. Raging Redcap has no synergies in our deck. Ogre Errant is just kind of a 4-mana 3/4. I think we do want to keep it probably though, 'cause I think it's better than Raging Redcap, and we do want to have some just knights to trigger our triple Brimstone. I'm liking this build, I think. Honestly, okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops. This deck's like very mid-rangey. The mana base is not insane. I'm just trying to figure out if we want these red caps just because we have triple Brimstone. We have 1, 2, 3 knights. 4 knights. Yeah, this should be solid. I like this deck. I like this build. We have good mana. We have a lot of good threats. We have a pretty proactive game plan. And even some nice late game shenanigans. So this should be good. I don't think Mystic Sanctuary is going to be good with like Searing Barrages and stuff. So yeah, that's going to do it for the build. I hope you enjoyed it, and stay with me for the matches. Hello, and welcome to round 1. I did end up cutting the Mystic Sanctuary for another island, because I just didn't think we had enough islands to support it, but this is a pretty solid hand. 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, hopefully with a counter. We are 2 wins away from Platinum, which is kind of my goal every season, to just get to Platinum. I don't draft like an absurd amount. Like I draft a good amount, but like I don't draft ranked a ton. I do best of 3. I play Magic Online, so like I just like to get to Platinum every season, which is Not that hard to do, but we're 2 wins away, so that's like a nice little goal. Ho, 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 ho. The excellent 2-drop rip off the top. What power. Oh my gosh, what a rip. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So we can just cast Barge in now. They know we can cast it. So they can never block it. Wait. Yeah, it's I can give it to any attacking creature. That might be enough to just win the game on its own. Robber is hype. Don't kill him. Oh, yes. They have 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 5, so I have to make sure that I have less cards in hand. Nice. Oh, this is so good. The rogue. The rogue! Gotta make sure I have less cards in hand than them. I don't think... Do I exile it? I have no idea how that works. I think it makes sense to just play Vantress Paladin here. I want to keep the card count in my hand low. I wonder how that works. I kind of want to cast it just so I can see. Because they might get the ability to use the adventure mode. It feels weird for them to get the adventure when I'm the one casting the... To them to get a creature when I'm casting the adventure, but... I don't think they can win here. Dang, Robber the Rich just solo carried the game. Taking their barge in was so nice. Like, I had a decent starting hand, but then ripping Robber the Rich was just like the perfect draw. We're going to change our cat to the red cat, because Robber the Rich hype. Opponent just left. They're like, wow, Robber the Rich, too good. Wow, the Robber's going to save someone that's trapped in a tower. They're going to protect the unicorn. What a legend. An absolute beast. Oh, yes. Let's go. Opponent left, clearly. They're just too disappointed. They're like, no! Cannot beat the Robber. Yeah, they definitely left their device. Dare I say, computer device. Good work, Robin Hood. The flavor on this is so good. No, I meant to cast the Lonesome Unicorn so I could know. I'm so bad. That was terrible. I punted. Not in the actual play, but in theory. I'm so sad, because the opponent just could have conceded and saved me all this time. This is the type of stuff that just irritates me. Like, why would they waste everybody's day like this? So, like, yeah, this is just not cool. Not cool, opponent. I mean, sometimes life comes up, but this feels like a tilt play where they're just like, well, you beat me, so I'm going to waste your time. I don't know. It could be just something legit, so I'm not going to be too mad. Like, maybe they had something on the stove and it started to burn. You never know. And that's going to do it for round one. We are 1 win away from platinum, and I hope you stay with me to see if we get there. Hello, and welcome. We are on the play. We're going to keep this hand. We are not going to use our merchant on turn 1, I don't think, because our hand is pretty solid. Like, I don't think we want to get rid of the egg, because the egg can help us cast Vantress Paladin as a 3/3. Sure. We don't have a single draw to payoff, which is kind of interesting. Okay, now we can use this to get rid of a mountain. Let's make them use their Scalding Cauldron on this guy. Interesting. So they needed to hit land drops, I think. Let's just get this guy down so we can start the pinging. And then we can discard this extra mountain. We will discard this mountain. We hit an island, sure. I think we're just going to play the Scarecrow. If we hit a land, then we can play Merchant and Brimstone Trebuchet. And this makes it kind of hard to attack with the red cap. Or at least with the Jousting Dummy. We just have to be mana efficient, because if we draw a land, we want to be able to double spell. Ouch. Ooh. Still going to be most mana efficient, even though we don't have our third Brimstone in play. This is just got too efficient to pass up. Because again, we want to be able to double spell. If they attack with a red cap, I'm just not going to block. Oh. Because, like, if they have a Rimrock Knight, it's just really bad for me to block. So I can just play both my cards. Maybe I should have just tapped the red cap. I'm a little bit more scared of that one. Yeah, Brimstone Trebuchet is really good. It might even be like the 4th best red common, in my opinion. It goes Scorching Dragonfire, Searing Barrage, Rimrock Knight, and then Brimstone probably. I think it's better than Merchant of the Veil. It's just they have to kill them. Like it just blocks a lot of the stuff, and then like against mill, it's just damage that they have to get rid of. They have to use removal on it pretty much, and certain removal spells at that. Well, that's funny. Brimstone shuts down Fairy Guide Mother pretty well. Sorry for coughing into the mic. I do my best to not do that. Oh, yes, we saved this golden egg for so long. So long. I just hope they don't have Realm Cloak Giant, because I can't beat that card here. Don't do me like that, opponent. Don't do it. Whew. Whew. Oh my gosh, the value. They just have to chump block, which is so nice for me. Aww. La da da dee, da da doo. Okay, that's game. Did I enter full control mode? Why does it always ask me? Boom! An opponent scoops it up. We have emerged victorious, and we are in platinum and headed for undefeated record here, clearly. Hello, and welcome to round 3. Now that we're in platinum, we'll have some real competition. No, I'm kidding. People in gold are solid. I don't know. Oh no, not the ginger brute. Oh, heavens, no. That's a solid draw. I don't think we will have to Scorching Dragonfire this, but we will definitely Scorching Dragonfire that. Oh goodness, what a sick play. The ultimate play. Oh, 3 colors on turn 3. What a legend. Brimstone! Brimstone! We must be close. Well, I know what I'm discarding to Lock Dragon. I feel like I would have done that slightly. I would have put that on this guy. Ooh, nice. I think we'll block with Lock Dragon. Sure. Oh, that is really bad. Oh, that is bad. Was I supposed to double block that? It would not have ended well. I would have lost both my guys. Let's just play another Brimstone. We can just double block the Tome Raider. Unless they use their spinning wheel, in which case they're not doing anything else, and then we can play another Brimstone. And they can't attack with Gingerbread then. Well, that's unfortunate. Things are not lining up the way we would like them to, I will say. So I think we have to wait until they attack, because if they equip there, then it just loses us like so much time. Even though it opens us up to blowouts. I think that's our best bet to win. Yeah, they have something. Gosh darn it. What a annoying thing to have happen. Yeah. I think we had to do this. Like, imagine if instead of that they just spend their turn equipping this there, give it unblockable, they hit us for 3, next turn unblockable, +2, we just die. So there, we had to go for this, but unfortunate that they just had literally everything every turn, but, you know, it happens. I've had everything every turn before as well, so that is going to do it, and I just hope you stay with me for the next round. Hello, and welcome to round 4. We will keep this hand. We've got some stuff in this hand. It's not like an absurd hand, but definitely doable. So now I'm going to play the Sorcerer's Room before the Jousting Dummy. You may be saying, why would you do that? And the reason is because I have 3 Brimstone Trebuchets, so I can get an extra point of damage if I wait. And now I think I go Witching Well plus Jousting Dummy, so it's not going to actually matter. But I do want to hit land, so I'm going to scribe both those to the bottom. Wow, natural Tron every time. Sad day. We're not going to give them any chances here. Oh man, they do have their fancy lands. I respect it. Sure. And then we'll play the Ogre Errant, because Ogre Errant, if they play this Lonesome Unicorn, now they can't block either of our guys. Haha. Outplayed. And since this guy can't really attack anyway, we're just going to play Brimstone Trebuchet. to get that chip damage in. They have to kill it, which might prove difficult. Would have been very different if they had traded with this guy instead of this guy. Definitely not blocking. I don't want to give them a food. Are they just dead? So they go to 6. They can block this. Then go to 1. But then they gain 3 life. This is a close game. I really wanted to draw a Searing Barrage there. Imagine if we'd had Adamant for this. I mean, it wouldn't have been very good because it would have been turn 3, so we couldn't have cast everything. But it's a... Oh. Well, that's unfortunate. Gosh darn it! So we can ping them down to 5. If we attack with everything, this thing's going to have Menace, so they can't block this. They can go block, block. I think this is our best bet. Play this. Attack with everything. Hope to hit something off of this. Because they block here. They block here. And they take 3. So they're going to gain 3 life if we don't do this. And I had to play the Scarecrow so that the Robber the Rich could attack. But if I had attacked with this and this and this before playing this, then I could have pumped this twice. What if I just attack with this? Three, 5, 6, 7. We might just triple block this and hope they don't have anything. They haven't played a single removal spell though, so they probably have one. Three, 5. I need 2 more power. We'll just block with everything. This is 9, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And they do 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rats. That's so bad for me. Okay. I need to draw a Lock Dragon or a Merchant of the Veil. I can still win this game. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. I'm fine trading this. It does have Death Touch, but definitely a solid trade for me. I can't believe they're splashing Tall as a Beanstalk. I just realized they were doing that, and I'm so sad. Okay. Give me Searing Barrage. No! This is actually ludicrous. They just happened to have Bog. They just had the answers they needed in this game. I'm so sad. I needed a Searing Barrage at any point in this game. I just couldn't get one. Like, I had to use this on their 3-3, but we just, yeah, got wrecked. Their mana was... They have a terrible mana base. Like, what the heck? I cannot believe they're splashing Tall as a Beanstalk. Yeah. That would have been nice last turn. We're so far behind, I think we have to wait for them to equip this. I'm so disappointed. It's so brutal. Gosh darn it. Jeez. Oh, man. That's so unfortunate. If we'd drawn the Scorching Dragonfire before the Vantress Paladin, Like, were we supposed to not cast the Vantress Paladin? Like, I think it'd be dead then. Sure. No blocks. Gosh darn it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, good game, opponent. Jeez. Absolutely brutal. This guy just... Ugh. I was unlucky. I feel like our deck could have definitely beaten that deck, but we were like a point of damage off in the early game against the stupid Beanstalk Lonesome Unicorn. Oh my gosh. If he hadn't had the stupid Beanstalk. Oh well. Well, that's going to do it for that round, and I hope you stay with me for the 5th one. Hello and welcome. We have Robber of the Rich on the play. Let's see if it can get us another W. We'll definitely lead with just mountains so we can deal 4 with this if we need to. Oh, we hit a land. We can't play lands. No! That's not cool, bro. Just gonna do the mana efficient play. There's a Searing Barrage. So we'll hit them. They take 1, I take 1. That seems like a fair trade for me. We do have a lot of burn in our hand. And Brimstone Trebuchet doesn't care about revenge. If I draw another land to Searing Barrage their 5-drop, I'm going to be in great shape. Brutal. No attacks. If they want to gain 2 life, we'll make them suicide their Swordmaster in. I need to get multiple Brimstones rolling. Ugh, man. That's unlucky. Oh yes, that was a good draw. Ooh. Don't mind if I do. We'll hold up our slang fire. Man, mono black, irritating. So if I just burn face here. I don't know. I feel like that's a relatively efficient play. I don't know though. Honestly, I don't know why I did that. I think I got this card confused with a different one. Those are two nice cards. They do have this revenge, so I need to be careful with my life total, but I can bounce it with my brazen. Okay. That's gonna die. 100%. Yeah, this is not looking good for our hero. I'll trade these off. Gosh darn it. I can't believe they let me trade with that. No! Oh my gosh. I feel like our deck is not bad, but like the way things have lined up has been actually unbelievably bad. Like, oh my goodness. Like, we're kind of mana screwed here. Like, we have a lot of stuff to do with our mana. They had their turn 2 Reef Soul. I don't know. This game just has not lined up well at all. We kind of need to just lands this whole game Did we scry into the bottom? No, we did not. And we kind of needed the brazen... Oh my gosh. Oh, they can't... Oh, yeah, we just get drained out by this stupid Ayara. I think we have to bounce something. No, we can't afford to. This is going very poorly, I must say. I don't think we can win. Yeah, Burning Face in response to Memory Theft was such a bad play. Like, it was, like, so bad. I, like, definitely in my mind, like, even though I read the card and I knew what it was, like, I was reacting as if it was the just discard, too. Like, that was what was, like, that was my thought process there. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna lose it anyway. Oh, man. Yeah, we're just dead. Good games, opponent. Man, that was brutal. At least we got our 2 wins at the beginning so that we still ranked into Platinum, because that would have been so sad if our deck hadn't even gotten into Platinum. Jeez, such a promising start, and then just like 3 back-breaking losses in a row. That guy's deck was so good. Like, oh my gosh, just had all the stuff. I felt like a lot of the time in that one, their cards just lined up well with ours. Like, we could have taken over the game with a turn 2 Robber of the Rich if it had been allowed to hit them a couple times, maybe, but I don't know. That was just brutal. Anyway, that is going to do it for this draft video. If you did enjoy it, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Hopefully you learned something, even though we didn't get the wins. You can't always connect wins with quality of deck or things like that. It's always a process, and sometimes you just get a little bit unlucky, but we did make it into Platinum. So if you did make it into all the way to the end of the video, in the comment section down below, leave a hashtag Platinum to let me know you made it all the way until the end. And as always, remember to subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and all that good stuff. I do want to give a shout out to all of my patrons over on patreon.com/NicolaiBolas, and for those that support at the credits level, thank you so much, and to all the patrons that support at any level. I really do appreciate your support. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys next time.